Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sequester 8.0 after show here on YouNow.com/Sequester Access. My name is SequesterBot, and I'd like to welcome you to the game of Sequester. Voyeurs, if you can take a moment to like and share this broadcast, please like and share this broadcast so we can have Sequester reach as many people as possible. Amy's page tip 50 bars. Thank you so much. Amy's page, Row Ride tip 50 bars. Thank you, a Row Ride. Sequester, thank you for the likes, 50 likes given by Cindy1BBCan 5. And thank you for the applause, Abby S. Sequester is a week-long elimination-based game. And this season, thank you for the likes, Noah. Season 4 Sequester alum, Noah gave 50 likes. This season, 16 contestants have been competing to battle it out until one of them will eventually become victorious on finale night. We had a double elimination this evening in which we said goodbye to Cameron and Denise. And also, last night, we said goodbye to Clay. So we will be speaking with all of them in the guest queue shortly. Firstly, we are going to bring in Clay. I see him in the guest queue now. Going to attempt to connect with Clay, and then we'll speak with Cameron and Denise. Currently connecting with Clay, who was eliminated from the game last night. Hello, Clay.
What's up? What's up?
Alrighty, glad I can finally get to chat with you. So, all right, you've had a bit of a breather. You know, we were gonna chat last night after your elimination, but you've hopefully gotten some sleep, maybe cleaned out some thoughts today. So you have the floor opening. What happened last night, and not with time to reflect? What do you have to say to start us off with?
All right. I mean, I guess to start off last night, I guess the structure with Caitlin being in the hole, I was planning on working with Caitlin, and then my team was inevitably going to lose that game. I mean, obviously everyone was telling the truth, and obviously the Voyeurs would rather have me or Will out, so obviously we were kind of inevitably going to lose that. And then it was just going to be me and Will duking it out. I mean, I love Will to death, and there's no hard feelings, but I mean, I knew I had Cam on my side, and I was just trying to get Holly and Steve to make a move because obviously I didn't trust Denise. Denise was lying straight to my face, and she's a pretty poor liar, so that's bad. I mean, I just knew she was gunning for me.
Right, and so Caitlin was, based on the results of a Voyeur poll, essentially locked into a room all night in what I call the hole, where she was tortured in some ways. Okay, so last night we had the interrogation LOC competition. What was your strategy for this competition? And to just kind of recap for the Voyeurs watching, since it was last night, essentially you contestants were divided into two teams. You were given each different questions to argue, an opposing side and a defending side, and then the Voyeurs got to decide which team won the round. So for you specifically, in terms of either coming up with the arguments, what was your strategy in that competition last night?
All right, well, going in, we had to pick teams, and I kind of just got in a room with 4 people, and I was thinking the teams were fairly fair. I was hoping Will's Twitter poll would win us the challenge, but I figured I had more haters and he had more haters, so that kind of backfired. And the way the teams dispersed, I did want to be on opposite sides as Cam in case one of us were up for elimination. We could vouch for each other. I mean, Cam is my boy. Everyone freaking knew it. And I guess what backfired was me going after Holly the previous night and obviously having Denise over there as well. If I could have switched the two Stevens and had him over there and the other Steve on my side, I think Cam and Steven with the PH could have done something. And I guess that was the only thing I could have done better. I just didn't really want to make teams and think I was scheming anything at that point. Going into the night, my targets were either Will or Denise. And I think if I would have succeeded with that, it would be a different story right now. Cam wouldn't be going home. I feel bad for Cam. Referring to the challenge, I mean, everyone was telling the truth, and no one was lying, and flat out, I mean, I was interrogating all I can, but if you're telling the truth, I can't get any lie out of you. So, I mean, the challenge was the challenge, and it was inevitable we were going to lose.
Well, why? Why was it inevitable that you were going to lose? And yes, I mean, to some extent, though, because the Voyeurs were voting, essentially you were kind of putting on a show for the Voyeurs. And And while we kind of instruct the voyeurs, like, hey, who do you think won the best argument? As we've seen in season past, sometimes voyeurs like to vote for other reasons. So why do you feel like it was inevitable that your team was going to lose?
Well, I mean, I think it was no. I think it was pretty obvious that I was the villain this season, and I kind of embraced that role. I mean, so I know Twitter kind of hated me. I know Twitter kind of didn't want Will to win either. So I think the votes went in favor to get one of us out, as opposed to who was telling the truth, who was giving the best argument. Obviously, I mean, no offense, but Steven with the PH might have lost his arguments, but he was still telling the truth. So I mean, that's kind of how it went.
That may or may not lead to my next question, but who do you think was the weakest player on your team if it wasn't you that might have cost y'all the LOC?
Well, Steven with the PH went the first time, and then they called him back out. So I feel like also, I mean, Cam went after Steven with the PH with the intention of starting a game plan for the night. I also commend Cameron for doing that. I mean, he was trying to pull numbers right away with Steven with the PH, kind of taking that round to his advantage. But I mean, obviously, we're still going to lose. I mean, I would say he was their weakest link, but it didn't matter anyways. I knew I was going to be on the chopping block.
All right, so yeah, some kind words for your fellow contestants in the LOC challenge. But all right, so last night when the LOC challenge was over, and you had just a short amount of time, what was your strategy to stay in the game once you knew that you were up for elimination?
I mean, obviously Cam had my side. Denise wasn't on my side. Denise can lie all she wants to my face, but I mean, I wasn't buying it, and she can call me a paranoid, as everyone likes to call me. But I can call people out on their lies, and I know when they're lying. So that's that. So I knew it was basically between Holly and Steve. And like I said before, I gunned for Holly the night before, and I failed. So I didn't think I could get her vote. Cam did a pretty good job campaigning, but it didn't work out. And then to Steve, I kind of just said I would get Denise out next. I know he wasn't cool with Denise. And I would, if he got Will out, I think that would be a big play for him. And I would have given him respect. And I basically told him going into it, me, Will, Denise, and Cam were only worthy of winning from a juror standpoint. And I need some people to start making some moves. So I was just trying to encourage him to make a move. I mean, probably a poor argument because I know he was really close to Will, but I think it almost happened.
You know, just a moment ago, you described yourself as the villain this season. Specifically, what do you think makes yourself a villain, or is that how you just think people perceive you?
Well, people perceive me as a villain. I did nothing wrong personally to anyone. I mean, my goal coming in after I got eliminated night 2 and I battled back, everyone kind of pinpointed me as not being able to win because I already got eliminated. So going into that, I figured I had to make bold moves every single night. So going into that, obviously, Kate didn't have my trust, so I might as well get her out. And when I try to target someone, I want to make sure they're gone, so I'm not on poor terms with anyone. Charlie was my target the next night. I got him out. And then so going forward to the next day, it was Will or Denise were my targets. Or actually, Holly was my second target at Charlie night. And when I didn't get her out, that was my first flaw, and that was my downfall. If I could have got Holly out that night, I think I would have been all right with whoever else was on the other side of the interrogation room.
Yeah, and I mean, you had some great gameplay, and you made it 5 nights. What was your, rewinding to before even night 1 started, what was your strategy coming into the game to win Sequester 8.0?
I mean, I kind of want to play like Cam. Cam was very friendly, very honest, and I mean, everyone kind of liked him. I feel like everyone in the game liked me with the exception of my aggressiveness, as they like to say, or my paranoia, but people on the outside didn't like me. So I think I had decent relationships with the people in the game. That's what I was really going for. And then as it got deeper and deeper into the game, when you need less and less numbers, I had Cam on my side. I thought I could pull C with a PH on my side, Kate on my side. And I feel like if I lasted one more night, this would be a different story.
All right, Clay. So when you were eliminated last night, you became the 3rd juror, and we will see you back here on finale night where you cast your vote to decide who's going to win Sequester 8.0. But before that happens, I do want to ask very vaguely, without giving anyone's game away. But what do you look for in a sequester winner?
I mean, I don't look for someone who's floating all the way to the end. I mean, if you're floating all the way to the end, not making any plays, sweet, you made it deeper than me, but you're not going to win this game because you're not going to get the respect from your voyeurs or from your jurors. I've seen some people make plays now because it's getting shorter and shorter and you can flip sides easier. But, I mean, I was making plays when we had to pull 7 numbers or 6 numbers. I mean, that was much more challenging. And I mean, Cameron obviously was on my side doing some of those numbers as well. And, I mean, Denise and Will were definitely making plays themselves. And that's who I kind of saw as people actually controlling the game. And other people were, like, floating by. And there was still plenty of time left for people to make plays, and if they don't, I mean, I don't want 2 people floating to the finale and me having to decide the lesser of 2 evils. I want someone who's commanding the game to make it there.
Understood. All right, Clay, as we wrap up this interview, you have the floor to address the voyeurs, the fellow contestants still in the game, and also where can everyone find you on social media?
All right, well, I guess I'll start off with social media. I'm not on social media very much. I was on Twitter just for Sequester. You can find me at Claymeister. So, I mean, I'll be on that for Sequester seasons. I don't know about much in between. You won't be able to follow me in between. To the voyeurs, it was fun, kind of being the villain. I read everything you guys said. I thought some of the things were hilarious. Some of the things, I mean, I don't take anything to heart. So anything mean said, I don't really care because I'm tougher than that. So I don't really care. It was fun being the villain. Every show needs a villain, and it was fun for a little bit at the time. So it was fun in that standpoint. To the contestants, I loved everyone this season, and obviously the only bad blood I have. I mean, I watched today's episode, and I didn't like how Denise went after my boy Cam. Cam, definitely got to link up, bro. We connected right away. We didn't have to talk much, and we were always on the same page. That goes to everyone. I mean, everyone was really cool. Will, I mean, we were duking it out yesterday trying to survive, and I had not a problem with Will. I mean, I knew I was eliminated right when Steve dipped in a room with Will at the very last second. So, I mean, I kind of knew the inevitable that I already lost that night. So, I mean, I was cool with everyone. And I look forward to meeting
Clay, and Clay, on finale night, you, of course, will join the Sequester alumni ranks where you will be able to reach out and connect with everyone from your season and seasons past. Thank you, Clay, as the 3rd juror. We will see you back here on finale night. And until then, take care. And there goes Clay, the individual eliminated last night. And now we're going to move on to the double elimination we had this evening. Voyeurs, please take a moment to like and share this broadcast so we can have Sequester reach as many people as possible. Bringing in whom I believe is Cameron into the guest queue now to chat with Cameron, the first individual eliminated tonight as a result of the double elimination twist this evening. Connecting with Cameron now. Hi, Cameron.
What's up? How's it going?
It's going very well for me. I just watch every night that I finally get to watch people be tortured in Sequester is a great evening for me. So, unfortunately, that didn't work out too well for you this evening, as you were the first individual who did not. You didn't survive the double elimination twist this night. So, what are your initial thoughts? What happened?
I think I kind of dug a pretty big hole for myself last night. I was sick of kind of going through the game and agreeing with what people say, and I was like, I saw a storm coming in Will, and that funnel cloud is still getting bigger and bigger, but I was like, I'm going to use this game as an opportunity to shake my boy Steven, because I know Steven is such a nice guy, and we saw him last night, he kind of messed up the first part of the game, and I was like, this is like volleyball, we just found their weak spot, let's keep hitting him, this guy, And I love Steven, but he's too nice of a guy not to get flustered, And I was like, I'm just going to do the thing that would probably mess me up. I'm going to try and evict someone, or not evict, but get rid of someone on his team. And, sure enough, it worked. But that whole time I was digging my own grave because, Will has followers. People like Will in the game, and he has an amazing social game.
Were you also referring to last night's LOC competition as well while you were speaking there, in terms of the interrogation LOC when the two teams were arguing back and forth? Do you think you're participating in that and the way you did put a target on your back this evening?
100%. I dug the hole last night, and tonight I jumped inside and said, "Throw the dirt on me."
All right, so what specifically last night? What's the biggest move you made in that competition last night that you think put the target on yourself?
The biggest move I made
In the LOC competition last night.
Okay. I think the biggest move, that put a target on my back was immediately. I saw this as a competition that I saw that LOC as a competition that I could do good in. And I was like, all right, I want to spread this contagious energy of we got this with my teammates. And I think my teammates kind of noticed, well, maybe Cam's a little bit of a threat. And then, specifically, when I interrogated Steven was the move that, dug my own grave, because everyone on my team liked Will, and there was no changing that, And I tried very hard, I campaigned very hard, and we duked it out 2 nights in a row. So, yeah.
All right, so moving forward to this evening, tonight was the date night twist, first introduced in Sequester 3.0. How did you use this twist to your advantage, or do you actually think it might have been harmful to your game tonight?
Oh, the twist killed me, Sequester bot. I couldn't get in a room with the people I wanted to if my life depended on it. I was trying to find people. First room, I got stuck with Steve, and I was like, well, here's Steve. I got a freaking knife in my bag from him from last night. Here you go, Steve. Take this knife back. There's no change in that. And then the next room I got in, I think, was with Will, and I was like, well, this is awkward, but what's up, man? I respect your game. We're going at each other. And, I just knew that, maybe it's a flaw in my game for not trying to campaign with those guys. But logically speaking, and just based off energies, I just felt that I had no chance. And my game plan going into tonight was to get Steven with a P, Caitlin, and Taylor on my side, and to make a tie, and then either keep that tie or break it with either Steve with a V or Holly. But they're very loyal, so I failed in trying to do that.
What about your date with Denise, I believe, tonight? Can you shed any light for our voyeurs on what happened there?
It was I was caught very off guard. Because I went room to room to room, and the 3 rooms I got were people that I wasn't going to make any progress with. I knew it. I'm a math major. I think logically I know how to build bricks. These pieces don't fit in my puzzle. They were not going to fit. And, I knew that. So, I try and I'm a very personable guy, and game aside, I just wanted to talk to Denise, and, she kind of personally attacked me, and which sucks because I try and hold myself to a higher standard and a higher class, and I don't do anything that, I wouldn't want my mom to see or anything. And we all get emotional, and I understand that, and yes, I've slipped before. But I was like, you know what? This lady's gunning for me. I don't know her personally. It seems like there's a little energy there, but I'm going to try and keep it classy, and I'm just going to talk to her about how her day was, and let her know hey, yes, we are in a game, but I'm a normal person outside of the game, you are too. Let's talk about your life. And she just kind of shut me down and pretty much told me what a loser I was. So that's that.
Yeah, it was one of the more interesting first dates that I have witnessed, but I love date night, and they were all a lot of fun. So, okay, after the twist had ended, the twist was cut short. Y'all had 4 rounds to speak to each other, 4 separate dates, and then we went right into the elimination vote, and you had a tie with Will. What were you trying to communicate to your fellow contestants when it was you and Will in camera 1 to really, who were you specifically trying to target so you could stay alive that round?
To be honest, I feel that I would still be in the game if I wasn't so emotional. I was literally shaking after leaving a room with Denise because, it hurt me. I don't like negative energy. I try and be very positive, and I just felt this uproar of negative energy, and I couldn't even think straight. And I was gonna give my pitch that I originally wanted to give, but I was so flustered. I think I did a terrible job in my speech, and that's a bummer. But they hats off to you, Denise. You got under my skin, and I was flustered, and you saved your boy Will because of that. And that good job. That's great. Anyways, back to what my strategy was, though. I wanted to explain to people that you have Will, Denise, Holly, and Steven. And, Will and Denise are probably, I thought they were at the top of the totem pole. I guess she got evicted. She's out, so I was wrong. But the other four people being Steven, myself, Taylor, and then I'm missing a name. Anyways, the other four, Caitlin. I was going to say, like, look, guys, I'm going to go, but you're next. And, like, I've played an honest game, and, like, Steven, the game messed me up because I personally attacked him, and not personally, but I put him on stage and blew him up. So I probably lost a lot of trust with him there. And that's why you saw me. Sequester saw me. I tried to find him in a room, and I found him. I said, Steven, I want to be on a date with you. And then Denise pops in, and they're like, Cam, you're too late. Like, Denise already got him. And I was like, shoot. And I kept trying to find Steven because I knew he would be the deciding factor in making a tie and keeping that tie. And, if it weren't for the date night, I for sure would have been able to pull him in. I know I connected with all those people, but that's reality TV for you. The twists come, and sometimes they work in your favor, and sometimes they don't. And I can say I'm satisfied with the game I've played. I wish I would have given a better speech, but, I'm only human, so.
All right, well, on a more positive note, since you said you're a positive guy, what was your favorite moment of Sequester this season? You played 6 nights. It's a long time. What was your favorite moment?
Honestly, I would say there were different highlights. I would definitely say the competition last night was huge for me, because I feel, and this isn't me being cocky or anything like that, I just feel and believe that I was the catalyst for my team winning. Because, for once I felt like pumped up, and I felt like I was on like a team, and regardless if my team hated me or had my back, like we were stuck together. And, I was like, I kind of got this like competitive nature about me, and I was like, I want to be the leader here. I want to rally up my team. I want to get them going, and let's freaking do this. And we did it, and it felt great because I was untouchable last night. And I was super happy about that because, I was the catalyst for it, and that's my phrase, pumping rainbows up your ass. It's like kissing your own ass, but I'm not kissing my own ass. I'm very proud of myself for doing what I did last night. And regardless of what anyone says, or believes like that I didn't, I feel you could have put me on any team and we would have won. And I'll leave it at that. And I was just proud of myself. So that was my favorite moment.
Great answer. Yeah, we have fewer team LOC challenges than individual ones. So I'm glad that that affected you in that way, and that you had a good time. All right, so you are you're not our latest juror, but you're the fourth sequester juror. Yeah. And so before we wrap up this interview, I'd like to know what do you look for in someone that wins sequester? What are the qualities, vaguely, of a sequester winner?
I want someone who puts a knife in someone's back and takes it out and watches them go, and they take that same bloody knife and put it in someone else's back and watch them go, and then they get it stabbed in their back and they weasel their way out of it, and then they stay and they make it to the final 2. The person who does that will have my vote. And to be honest, right now, Will, you have my vote. You have everyone on strings, and I am awestruck by how loyal these people are to you, and I think it's awesome. I am a super fan of you, and that's all I have to say. So, people get out your knives and make this show interesting. I tried to do it myself. I know it might put a target on your back, but just have fun with it. And, if you make it to final 2 and you do that stuff, you'll have my vote. I'm not going to hold any sour grapes with anyone for getting me out.
That's the favorite answer I've heard all season, is with the knife. Charlie, lace up your shoes. Clay says, Cameron says, get out your knife. So, as we wrap up now, you have the floor. Final thoughts. Where can people find you on social media?
Okay, I do have something I wanted to say to my cast. I've thought about this like a lot if I got eliminated, so I'll try and make it quick. Clay, you're my boy. Like I've connected with you a bunch. I freaking love you, man. Meredith, we really connected in the first nights. It was genuine for me. I hope it was genuine for you. Nick, you're the man. You're a ladies' man. You're a boss. People love you, and hopefully I see you in the future. Taylor, you were my number one girl. I stayed aligned to you the whole time, and I was loyal to you. I hope you don't think otherwise. Ashley, we never got to talk much, but you're cool. Seem very nice. Charlie, I think you're an awesome dude. Great energy, and I love that you play hockey, and you're sweet. Holly, you're extremely manipulative, and I don't know, like, I don't know, I don't know what to think of. So I can't imagine what you're like in real life if you can lie that well. And I'd be interested to meet you in real life. Denise, there's no sour grapes on my end. I understand we get emotional and stuff like that. I wish the best for you, and it's just a game, nothing personal. I hope to see you, and I hope you can teach me how to twerk because you have some good ass twerk moves. It's pretty funny. Steven, to be honest, you're playing the game kind of soft. Step it up. Caitlin, doing a great job. Will, you're the man. Becca, super sweet girl. Didn't talk to you that much. Steven with a P, math. I like you a lot. I'm sorry you felt that I wasn't loyal to you. Kate, love you. Danny, it sucks you had to be the first person out. And actually, back to Steven. I had to take off my shirt because you did that on your first night. And that being said, I've always preached I'm someone who lives life to the fullest. Let's make the most of this experience. I'd love to plan like a summer sequester trip with all of us to Vegas or anywhere. I have some connections in Vegas. We can get cheap rooms. We can have a hell of a time. I love to dance. I would love to do that with all of you guys. That being said, you can find me on social media on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram at CTZonka. That is C as in cat, T as in Tyler, Z as in zebra, ONKA. Sequester, humbled to have been here. Audrey, I'm sorry I made it so hard with my video, and I'm sorry I missed so many deadlines. I really hope I didn't let you down by putting me on this season, and I'm extremely humbled to be here. I couldn't put together a better senior year for myself and end with a better experience of college. Excited to graduate and see what's next for myself. Thank you very much.
And Cameron, up until the final moment, continuing to connect with every single one of your fellow contestants. After the finale night, when we see you as a juror, you're going to enter the Sequester alumni community, and I'm sure you're going to be a huge hit there as well. So there goes Cameron, everybody, the second individual eliminated from our double elimination twist tonight. And if Denise is out there, I do not see anyone in the guest queue, but Denise was the second contestant eliminated this evening. Denise, if you happen to be in the chat and you'd like to say something, I can invite you into the guest queue. Otherwise, I will. Here we go. Okay. So, Boris, why don't you take a moment to like and share this broadcast while I discover what is happening with Denise here. If you like and share this broadcast, more people can be introduced to Sequester. Until then, we're looking for Denise either in the chat or in the guest queue. Alternatively, if anyone from production knows about Denise's whereabouts and would like to text me. Otherwise, I will stay here for a few more minutes. And Wade just arrived. Hello, Wade. Everyone, while we wait a few more minutes to see if we can get Denise in the guest queue so we can talk to her about her thoughts on what just happened. We just talked to Cameron. Her and Cameron had a little running in tonight. Would love to get Denise's perspective on it as well and on the game as a whole. The competitions this season, what she thinks of her own gameplay, her fellow contestants, etc. And here we have, nope, still waiting on, all right, so Denise, if you are out there, please type in the chat so I can invite you into the guest queue. No, Sequester alum, I will not guest you. All right, and one moment. Alrighty, and we are back. Thank you for letting me take the quick break. And we do have Denise in the guest queue. Connecting with Denise now. Denise was the second contestant eliminated this evening from our double elimination twist. Hello, Denise.
Hello.
Denise.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. So here I'm going to fix my glasses really quick while I get your thoughts, your initial thoughts on what happened this evening. You were eliminated the second round of a double elimination twist this evening. What's going on in your mind?
Well, what happened in the second round is that we have a whole bunch of floaters and a bunch of liars. And they were threatened by me because I won 3 competitions. And they obviously wanted me out of the game.
All right, so expand more on that. Floaters and liars. What are the juicy details?
Yes. So both Stevens are liars because they made a Final 5 deal with me, Will, and then Caitlin and both Stevens were supposed to be on board. They're obviously not on board. They were still gunning to get me or Will out of the game, but because Will was an option, the only person left is obviously me, so I had to go. Steve with a V is a complete liar. Holly is the biggest manipulator in this game. Me and Will have done so much to protect her and keep her in this game, and she is such a huge manipulator. She cannot be trusted. Both her and Steve with a V are floaters. They have nothing in this game. Nothing. And it pisses me off. The fact is, game, there are so many people who are trying to play the game and make huge moves, and we are the first ones to go. People like Steve with a V and Holly, who are floaters, big freaking floaters, they continue to stay in the game. So I'm obviously salty as fuck, obviously. Like, I'm fucking salty, because I played so fucking hard. I ended a game, but obviously I want to win. And I told Audrey from the jump that I am a sore loser. I am a sore loser. Yes, I'm a fucking baby, and if I don't win, I will throw a tantrum. And so this is just me. So I'm sorry if you guys don't like it, but if you've been working your ass off and you're constantly getting attacked on Twitter, you're going to be equally as pissed off as I am right now. And I'm pissed.
Denise calling everybody out, and hey, it's fine. If you're honest with yourself and you're comfortable with yourself and that's how you want to roll and that's how you want to play, I think that's fantastic. I think it's great. And it also makes for a good after show. So why don't we so I just actually asked Cameron this question earlier. Let's add Cameron into the mix here. What happened between you and Cameron during the date night twist tonight?
He gave up. No, he came into room number 1 where I was at, and the moment he saw me, he dropped out. I feel that's disrespectful as F, and that's giving up on yourself. You're not even willing to fight for a chance to stay in this game. I had won the competition. You should really be trying to change my mind and get me to, come up with some sort of strategy to get me to keep you around. But he was not even willing to do that, because when he was told to go to room number 4, where I was in, he said, I know you're not going to vote for Will, so let's sit here and have small talk. We didn't come here to do small talk, okay? I have plenty of people who I can do small talk with, and I didn't come here for this. I came here to play a game and to win this game. I didn't come here for small talk. So you guys can sit here in the comment section and call me all kinds of whatever names you call me, because the moment a black woman shows any passion towards anything, she's automatically a bitch. Okay? She's automatically a bitch. She's automatically an angry black woman. Okay? Because I'm pissed because I actually played the game and no one else who's left other than Will and possibly with a PH is actually playing the game. None of those people deserve to be here. None of those people deserve to be here. They're all voters and they haven't really made any huge moves at all. So I'm pissed. I'm about to insult you guys.
Denise, they love you in the chat. The Voyeurs love you. And you know what? The Voyeurs like to watch a game of Sequester where people are playing the game and having the small talk or idle chat about sports or whatever. So completely see your point of view and wanting to play hard. I have a question though. If Cameron came into that room with you and didn't give up and was trying to make a case to stay, do you think there would have been a scenario in which you and Cameron could have worked together tonight if he had played?
It's possible had he tried, but I don't know that. I'm not going to sit here and speculate what he could have possibly said. The guy honestly did not seem to be wanting to try, or even trying to work with me, which I'm shocked about because just a couple nights before, we had been in rooms several times together, and I did not, honestly, Cameron was the guys that I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to vibe with him so well. So for him to say that there was nothing that we could connect, he wasn't really vibing with me, he said that last night. I was a little bit taken aback by that because when I spoke to Audrey, when I had my interview with Audrey and she asked me who I was feeling, I said Cameron. I said I would like to work with Cameron. He just seemed like a really great guy. So when he targeted me left and right, I did not know where that was coming from. You know, I'm sorry, you guys. I know you guys are talking shit about the race card, but you know what? That's how I feel, and you cannot change the way I feel. You guys are probably white privileged people who have never felt any sort of discrimination, so it's easy for you to say, oh, she's the white card or the black card. Okay? But I am because that's how I felt. I felt that they could not connect me with me on any level because obviously every single game, look at it, every single game on television, there's only one black person, right? For most games, there's only one black person. Because that's what you guys are showing America. We can only tolerate one black person at a time. One black person at a time. Two black people, too much. Too much. We can't do that. Okay? It values the game and people are not be so interested in it. So yeah, I honestly felt that at the end there, they all came after me because they had nothing that they could relate to. First of all, I'm a black woman who's gay. Okay? And I'm winning competitions like heck. But did they ever honestly try to get to know me? Any of those people who voted me out, did they, any of them try to really get to know me on a personal level? Look at the footages. None of them tried to get to know me on a personal level.
So Denise, all right, so you survived the day night twist and you were targeted this evening and you made it 6 nights in sequester. So if that was the reason why you feel like you were targeted, why did it take 6 nights? What other reason do you think you were gone after tonight in the second round after Cameron went home?
The numbers were very few tonight, okay? And I had told a lot of people what had happened between me and Cameron. That also, I think, might have played into their decisions tonight. Not sure why, but I think that might have played into their decisions. The fact that I had explained to them what had happened between me and Cameron. Other than that, I don't know why they honestly came after me because they all promised that, okay, both Stevens are liars. First of all, they're liars, okay? And they said that they would definitely do a Final Five with me, Will, Caitlin, and them. They promised that. And both Stevens went back on their word. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm so, I don't know. I don't know what their reasons are for coming after me tonight. I don't think it had anything to do with me winning the competitions. I really don't think it had anything to do with that. I honestly don't. I think I stood out like a sore thumb. Big Brother Ant has attacking me on Twitter since day one. And he professes to only report what's happening in the game. But why is it everything is me? Why is it, am I the only one playing the game? Because he doesn't seem to talk to anyone else in the game. It's always about Denise, Will, and Holly. And we weren't even working with Holly. Holly is a manipulator. She's a traitor, and she needs to go.
All right, Denise, thanks for those thoughts, and I'm sure Big Brother Ant loved the shout out there. So on a more positive note, what was your favorite moment playing Sequester? Did you have fun playing the game?
Yes, I had fun playing the game. I think it's a great game. I just, I kind of hate the fact that in all these games, the people who are the most vocal and the people who freaking win are always those who get the boo for playing the game. And these fucking floaters always make it to the end. I'm frustrated. That's my frustration, honestly. I'm fucking frustrated with that. But yes, I had a great time. I think the game is, Audrey is a genius for creating the game. I think this game is awesome. And yeah.
Yeah, you certainly make a valid point. If you are perceived as a strong person or aggressive or outspoken, it is possible that you can become a target in the game, whether it's in the beginning or even during the later stages such as we are in now. Okay, so Denise, you are our latest juror. You've had a lot to say about all of our contestants so far, which I personally love. But what I would like to know now is, other than not floating, what do you look for in a Sequester winner? Vaguely, without naming names, what kind of gameplay would you vote for?
I want someone who I feel has been honest and trustworthy and loyal, and somebody who I feel has made big moves in the game and hasn't just coasted through the entire game, who's actually been playing, who came to play the game. That's mainly the person that I'm going to be voting for, is the person who I actually feel played the game.
What do you think about, I don't know if you saw Cameron's interview or not, but Cameron gave a similar answer to you, but instead of using the word loyal, he said, I want to vote for someone who stabs everyone in the back and lies about it. What do you think about that type of gameplay?
I'm sorry, I don't respect, I don't respect somebody like that. I don't respect, because I think that is why I'm here right now, is because people lied to me. It said to my face that they were going to protect me and keep me safe because I was, doing so well at the game, and they lied to me. So no, I don't respect somebody who's going to lie and be so slippery and so calculating. That's not somebody who I respect.
All right, good to keep in mind, especially for the contestants still in the game. So, as we wrap up this interview, what are your final thoughts to the voyeurs, to the contestants, to people on Twitter, such as perhaps Big Brother Ant? And where can people find you on Twitter and other social media?
Big Brother Ant, I think you're a vile person who attacked me the entire time. You told half-truths and half-truths. You were not reporting on anything. All you were doing was attacking me, and right now you are so happy that I'm out of this game. Well, I have better things to do with my life when this game ends. You clearly do not, okay? Because you did nothing but attack me the entire game. Well, watch out for both Stevens. They are not to be trusted. Steven, Caitlin, Holly, Taylor, they're manipulators, they're liars. Do not trust them, Will. Do not trust them. They are conniving and calculating, and they're probably getting for you next. So please do not trust these people. And Audrey, I thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been stressful. I'm so shook right now. I'm stressed out and salty as F. I had an amazing time playing this game. So thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this cast.
We are happy to have you. Did you give your social media, give your Twitter, so your fans can follow you on Twitter?
Oh, yes. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be attacking me on Twitter, so I don't even want to give that out.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so Denise, you are our latest juror, and we will see you back here on finale night when there are only 2 contestants left in the game. and you will have your chance to grill them. Hopefully, we can see you grill them with the same amount of energy you're showing now. I know that the Voyeurs love it, and I certainly love to watch it. And with Denise, we will see you then. And there goes Denise, the second contestant eliminated from the double elimination twist Voyeurs. So we went through 3 interviews with Clay, Cameron, and Denise. Clay out last night, and tomorrow I will see you here again at 9 p.m. Central on sequesteraccess.com. Until then, you can follow the show on Twitter at sequesteraccess, and you can also follow me at sequesterbot. See you tomorrow, Voyeurs.